Hey everybody, this is Phil Town. Today we're going to talk about the huge impact of the coronavirus on the stock market and what you can do about it. Due to the coronavirus, I can't go to the video studio that we usually record in. So here we are in my office, and I hope this is okay for you. It's actually quite convenient for me. I kind of like it, and maybe we'll never go back to the studio. I don't know. You guys can tell me if you can hear this all right and if you see the video all right. And then off we go. We're going to talk today about how the coronavirus has impacted the stock market. And I think almost you'd have to be living on Mars not to realize that there's been this enormous stock market drop just over the last few weeks that has cratered the stock market down well into the 30% range and then rebounded aggressively as the Federal Reserve and the Congress, President of the United States all step in to try to offset the huge amount of changes going on in the economy. And by the way, this is a worldwide event. This is an event. If you weren't sure what a Rule 1 event looks like, this is a Rule 1 event, and this is super impacting the market. And what that means is that should this continue, eventually very, very good companies are going to go massively on sale for no problems of their own and no problems in their industry even, just because everything went on sale as a result of this gigantic worldwide problem. Now, I say that as if there are companies that are going to somehow escape the problem. And, crazily, if you didn't already realize it, there are companies that are escaping the problem. In fact, there are companies right now that are doing extremely well. Not the least of them is Kroger grocery stores and other grocery stores that are seeing a whirlwind of business and are just reaping the benefit of that. Trying to keep the stores stocked is a real challenge for them. And that's the case on almost every kind of event that happens out there, is that it creates an enormous wave of fear. That fear drives people out of the market, and so all stocks fall, even the ones that are doing well. Remember, a lot of times I talk here about Chipotle Mexican Grill, but that was a stock that was impacted dramatically in the 2008 big recession and drop. And yet it was doing better than it had ever done. It was growing at 20% a year. It was growing its free cash flow. It had no debt. It was as if the market plummet had nothing to do with it at all. And that's kind of what we're looking for out there, you guys. We want to look for companies that are not being directly impacted by the event in some way that could be terminal. And by the way, the idea that companies are terminal or about to go into bankruptcy is not far-fetched in this market. So you need to understand that in this stock market, with global recession already underway, not are we going to go into it, but we are in it for sure, and potentially sliding into much worse conditions than that globally. In that event, there is an enormous amount of fear out there. We have travel bans everywhere. Companies are not selling as much of anything except the goods that we just talked about. And this is going to have an impact that's much, much longer than just the time it takes for us to come out of this pandemic. And this is one of the most important things for you to understand. The time to get educated about how to invest when there's a big event like this, how to take advantage of it so that you can pick a handful of great companies and sit back and watch them over the next decade turn $100,000 into a fortune, which is what happened last time. The time to learn about that is right now. There's still time to learn. You don't have to be panicking right now. You don't have to be thinking, what did I do? I sat in the stock market and it crashed 30%. I think there's a good chance that there'll be a rebound, even larger one than has already happened, perhaps all the way back up to where it was. But understand this, that rebound will be short-lived because it can't last long. The impact of this coronavirus on global economics is going to be enormous. It's going to change some industries forever. I mean, just for example, the airline industry doesn't know if it's going to fully recuperate from this back to its old level of flights, simply because so many people are getting used to this kind of a communication over teleconferencing over, video conferencing, that they might find that they don't have to fly as much on business as they used to. And if that turns out to be the case, people are not trying to travel across the world, people are not trying to travel across the country, it could impact the airlines in a permanent kind of way. There are many, many more areas where this is going to impact the market that we can go into right now. But let me just say this. You should be taking advantage of this by first getting an education. If you already have one and you know what you're doing, then you should be pretty much looking at getting into cash as sort of conveniently as you can. If you missed the last time, and we've been telling the Rule 1 students now for a year to be ready for this and to be ready in cash, because when it has remember, an economic storm, you want to be ready to run outside when it's got gold coming down, because that gold doesn't last forever. So as this storm kind of goes out, you're going to have an opportunity to get in cash. And then as it comes roaring back in here, which I think is quite likely as a result of the economic downturn and the recession, you're going to see earnings drop like crazy. You're going to see entire industries start to go bankrupt, and the government having to step in and fix them. You're going to want to be in cash for that. And then you're going to want to have a watch list ready. You're going to want to have 10 companies you already understand well. You know what price you want to pay for them. And here's the thing. If you have that ready, the next time the price drops aggressively into that price point, then you're going to be ready to pounce on it. I mean, phenomenal companies went on sale. I wish I could say I was perfect at this. I bought some of them before I really needed to, and now they're half of what I paid for them, and I'm going to have to buy more. So this is an amazing opportunity, you guys, to get ready right now, to prepare yourself with a great watch list, to follow the rules of Rule 1 investing. Make sure you understand the business. Make sure it has a big moat. Make sure it's got management with integrity so they won't screw you over. And finally, make sure you understand the value of the business and be conservative about it. Companies are not going to be making in the future what they made in the past. It's going to be a different world for a little while. And when that happens, those stock prices are going to go down. So you guys, now it's time for you guys to leave your comments here. What would you do in this market? What are you going to do? And what did you do? Did you get into cash? Were you prepared, or did you stay in the market and now you're not sure what to do? Give us your comments. We'll see what we can do, help you guys out. So thanks for watching, you guys. Now go play. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video and you feel it was valuable in teaching you more about how the coronavirus is impacting the market, just hit the like button and please share the video with your friends. And if you want more investing content, subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the button for a free gift. And thanks again for watching.